about buying 07 W Disney.
Celebrating the Bulls three-peat with a Bulls repeat. That's right. Immediately following this post-game show, we'll repeat tonight's championship game. So stay right where you are and celebrate 3 the hard way, the safe way, and stay tuned to Channel 5.
Well, of course, the game is over, but the fun continues. Let's take it back live to Phoenix from my Cho Bro and the coach. Mark? Maybe not. I guess Mark's not quite ready just yet. Okay. I guess we'll check out some of the post-game sound that they had at the game.
We feel we must be considered one of the best teams ever. Personally, I mean, individual goal was that Magic, Bird, Isaiah never did this. So that meant a lot to me to do it for the 3rd time, yes. You know, I won't say that I'm better than those people, but I think in terms of success, continuous and consistently, that puts me right up there with them, if not, you know, a step above them. You know, so I'm not here campaigning for the best player in the world or in the history. I'm not saying that, you know, because everybody plays differently in different eras. But to say that we won 3 in a row and I was a part of that team, that means a lot to me.
Well, right now I'm not really thinking about the three-peat. I just realized we just won our 3rd championship. But I think the thing that we're looking at now is really getting some rest. It's been a very long season for us, but to look at it from a basketball standpoint, winning 3 championships is something that really haven't hit us yet. But we will realize one day that we was probably one of the greatest teams.
I think the motto that struck me the most that has come out of this series has been 3 the hard way, and we certainly did 3 the hard way today after playing a 4th quarter like we did and still surviving it.
Okay, that was Coach Phil Jackson. Once again, we will try to go via satellite live to Phoenix. Mark, are you there?
John, we're back here in the locker room, and let's talk about the final sequence, okay? John Paxson, our little Boy Scout who tees it up, and you said it will forever be known as the assist, and Pax says that's okay with me.
Yeah, I think he really feels that way. If you look at what happened from a technical standpoint, from the Phoenix side, you have to wonder some of the decisions that were made in those waning seconds. And as they review those films, and if they try, and as they try to prepare themselves to finish out games next year, because if you want to win championships, you have to finish out these final seconds in a proper fashion. Why not foul Horace Grant? You know, put him on the line and shoot 2 free throws. You know, why leave your 3-point shooter, John Paxson, out there? Because that's the only way you're going to lose. The worst thing that's going to happen is that you're going to end up in an overtime, which isn't that bad. You're home, and you're the team that came from behind. Percentages are always with the team that comes from behind. So I really believe that they got to finish games better. They're going to look at this and they're going to say, hey, Danny Ainge, why would you leave the only guy, the guy that's cold-blooded enough, the only guy that can make 18 trips up and down the court, never take a shot, on the 19th trip, get it and make it?
I think he thought he was still playing for Portland, so he had to make a major mistake in a big game.
That's cold-blooded.
And how about Horace Grant? 2 back-to-back really poor performances, and nobody was more upset about that than he was. But then he comes up with the big block shot to seal victory.
Well, he did indeed, and it was a legit shot. I saw the replay of it several times. It was a terrific play. You know, but Horace Grant is the kind of guy, if you watch him over a number of games, you just want to go give the guy a hug. You know, I mean, just give him a hug, because he does all that yeoman work, all that, you know, that dirty work, gets the rebounds, doesn't get any glory. Once in a while complains, and then you go, Horace, he's complaining. You know, you don't even take him seriously when he complains. He had a couple of, you know, subpar games, but they were still able to pull it out.
Okay, you've got Michael, Scotty, Horace, Tony Kukoc coming aboard, and I suspect a completely different bench next year, especially that far end of the bench. It's going to be a stronger team than ever, though, if you really look at it closely.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but on Sports Sunday, about 2 weeks before the rosters had to be set, I said I thought Ed Neely should have been on that roster. I talked to Ed Neely prior to the game today, and I said, do you remember what he says, yeah, I remember. And he says, I think you were right. And he said, I'm not just saying that. He said, I think there were a lot of scenarios where I could have helped out. I think they need to have a deeper bench with much more flexibility and maybe a little more youth, so that they don't break down. And trying to get a Rodney McRae at the end of the year, it just didn't work out.
Well, that was a mistake, but we'll forget about that. They've got 3 rings, and now they'll go for 4. And John, we'll see you at the rally on Tuesday. We'll be heading home tomorrow.
All right, Mark, and I'm just glad that our bench is so deep with you and Dixie. Thanks a lot, gentlemen. Well, I'll bet you didn't even notice today, but there were other sporting events, including a record finish at the U.S. Open.
Jordan. Pitches back to Grant. Pippen with the stick. Oh, what a move by Scottie Pippen.
Summertime's the right time to save on Ford trucks, the best-built, best-selling trucks in America. Now get low 3.9% factory financing or $1,000 cash back on Ford Aerostar. Save on the best-selling Ford Ranger, too, the best-selling Ford F-150, and America's favorite sport utility, Ford Explorer. Summertime's the best time to get a great deal on every Ford truck in stock, like 3.9 financing or $1,000 cash on Ford Aerostar, but only for a limited time. See your local Ford dealer today.
They say everybody has a dream. In this country, it's often about having your own business. AT&T has more ways to take your vision to and from more countries than anyone else. Because AT&T believes the most wonderful product this country's given the world is the American dream. AT&T, far and away the best in the business.
How about it, fans? Celebrate safe.
Go Bulls! We'll have a great time this year, but just be safe.
Go Bulls. It's okay to celebrate. Celebrate safe.
Celebrate safe. Go Bulls.
Go Bulls. Celebrate safe.
You could be a winner. Celebrate safe. Go Bulls.
Bulls are #1. Let's be first-class citizens and celebrate safe.
There's nothing wrong with celebrating. Just celebrate safe. And the Bulls, you know they're the best.
I salute Channel 5 for making the commitment to recognize Chicago area volunteers. You can make a difference by calling 744-5000 to learn more about volunteering.
Welcome back to Sports Sunday. Just in case you missed it, the Bulls did win their 3rd straight championship tonight. Well, just 20 years of age, actually 28 years of age, and just 2 victories for his career, no one giving Lee Janzen much of a chance at this year's U.S. Open. But strolling this course with the calm and cool and confidence of a seasoned vet, young Janzen not only winning his first major, he does it in record fashion. We show you it. Janzen wins the tourney, but Sandy Lyle bags the shot. Number 16, Lyle celebrating the birth of a new baby girl, and Lyle has cause to cheer some more. Check this out. Drops and rolls. That, my friends, is a hole-in-one. Now let's get back to Janzen. This is where he locks it up. Also on 16, a tough lie, but
a player in Russell and so on.
Will was the only guy shooting 50% when he played. Casey
right.
Jones never shot 40% his entire career when you talk about those Celtics.
If Bill Russell were here right now, he'd be laughing about us talking about how good the Bulls are. The Bulls have no post play. Look at the great teams. The
game's changed. The game's changed. They are not one of the yet.
Post play is not as important.
If Bill Russell was around today, or if Will was around today, even the Lakers with Jabbar in the early 70s, James Worthy could play in the post even though
the post is not that important. You didn't have Michael Jordan in the 60s and the 50s.
A good team with good players and good post play could wipe the Bulls out.
Why? Patrick Ewing's got great post play.
He doesn't have a great team.
Hakeem Olajuwon's got great post play.
Let's take a break right now. We'll come back. Hey, only 4 months to go, guys, before the NBA starts up again. What will the fall bring? We'll continue in a minute.
Same sunglasses, yes. That's a solo homer, and it's more than enough. Georgie Boy helps the Sox snap a 3-game skid. They beat the Angels 11-6. Well, in case you don't know what Wrigley Field looks like, or you just like that shot, there it is. Cardinals waste no time jumping out in front. Geronimo Pena gives them the lead in the first. Ray Langford in easy. Then Dwight Smith helping the St. Louis cause. He kicks it around. Todd Zeal scores. Pena with a stand-up triple, and it's 2-zip St. Louis. Now, if that's not enough, how about this? Still in the first, Tom Pagnozzi cranks it out off of Frank Castillo. That's a 2-run job, and it's 4-0 Cards. More in the fourth. Cubs down by 3. Sammy Sosa, he muscles up. Bang, zoom, and it is gone in a hurry. That's just 1 run. Don't get too excited because the Cards win 7-4. And as Jose Vizcaino shows us next, maybe you've heard this, a bird in the hand, well, actually, a little different on this. A bird in the hand will do you dirt. Yeah, the Cubs lose this one by 3. Well, coming up after our final break, a championship look at Prep Watch.
On the corner. Here's Benson. Yes, it counts.
Prep Watch is brought to you in part by All Sport.
Has modern man
lost the fire that burned in the soul of his ancestors. I ask you, where are today's warriors? Where are our aggressive, unbridled creatures? I'm afraid we've lost the inner fire. It's extinguished. Gone. Kaput.
Beautify, baby.
All sports drink. Feel the fire!
Feel it.
If everyone got together and concentrated on everything they ever wanted and everything they ever hoped for in a mid-sized sedan, it's possible, just possible, that something miraculous might happen. Introducing the all-new 1994 Mitsubishi Galant. Never underestimate the power of the human mind. Mitsubishi, the new thinking in automobiles.
Aurora, Aurora, that Hollywood town, it's Las Vegas found. Aurora, that Hollywood casino town. Say, we got the glamour, we got the fun. Hollywood golden age has begun in Aurora, that Hollywood casino town.
Celebrating the Bulls three-peat with a Bulls repeat. That's right. Immediately following this postgame show, we'll repeat tonight's championship game. So stay right where you are and celebrate three the hard way, the safe way, and stay tuned to Channel 5.
Welcome back to Sports Sunday. On this week's edition of Prep Watch, a recap of the year's biggest moments. Tonight, we give you the first half of a look back at a season's gone by. As the 92-93 school year comes to a close, the Watch takes time to honor all the teams and athletes that have made this year so memorable. We begin our salute to champions at Hancock Stadium with the Tigers of Wheaton-Warrenville South capturing the 5A football title. It takes a double overtime effort as they knock off Joliet Catholic 40-34. Meantime, the 6A title going to the Dogs as the Huskies of Naperville North top Loyola 21-11. Serving up tennis next, Wendy Fix of New Trier takes on Margie Lepsy of Lions. In control all the way, Fix ends her Trevian career in style 6-1, 6-1. Now this salute to champions would not be complete without the mighty Mac Pack of Mother McCauley. Finishing the season at 39-2, Coach Nancy Peterson's squad takes its 8th straight trophy back home to 99th Street. In soccer, the K-Hawks of Collinsville fly high and long against Evanston. En route to their second consecutive soccer title, they win this one 2-1. From the pool, a quick dip with the Red Devils of Hinsdale Central. Capturing both the 200 and 400 freestyle relays, Red Pride stays alive as Hinsdale Central ups its state title streak to 3 straight years. Moving to hoops, we go back to December 12th, a day of infamy for Bill Hitt and his Proviso East Pirates. With their 63-game winning streak on the line, the Pirates come up short against the nation's #1 team. Philadelphia Simon Gratz winning the Battle of Unbeatens, 56-31. Next, the Lady Commandos of Marshall fighting off all the odds against national #1 Kokomo of Indiana. Behind the running and gunning of Kim Williams and Yolanda Miller, Chicago shows the nation where the top team resides, and that's not Indiana. For gymnastics, we take on a caramel flavor as Sarah Mykrut helps the Lady Corsairs capture top team honors. Proving solid as a rock, Tiffany Chapman wins the all-around title, combining floor, beam, vault, and bars with gold for Rock Island. To the mat, Joe Williams of Mount Carmel completing one of the finest careers in Illinois State history. Considered by many as the top wrestler in the nation, Williams wins his 4th state title, closing his career with 149 victories against just 1 loss. The team title also goes to the Caravan as big man Bo O'Rourke carries the load. On top and in control, Bo completes the first half of our Salute to Champions. And next week, we'll finish up our championship look. Now, remember, following our news coverage right here on Channel 5, we'll have a rebroadcast of the Bulls Game 6. Yes, a piece of history as they knock off the Suns. You'll want to set that VCR. We'll have it all right here. I'm John Kelly. I'm out of here. Let's turn it back over to the news side. Carol Marine's here with the rest of the day.
John, thanks very much. The celebrations after the Bulls three-peat have by and large been peaceful and orderly, but there have been some exceptions. Around the city, some scattered reports of violence, destruction of property. Police say there have been approximately 100 arrests as of 10:30 this evening. There have been 2 deaths. One of them we believe related to the Bulls celebration. The other, it has not been confirmed whether it was or not. the arrest of a man on the death of a man on North California. He was reported dead on arrival at St. Elizabeth's Hospital. The other death, police say a 26-year-old woman, the mother of two, was shot to death during the victory celebrations. According to the first deputy superintendent's office, that unidentified woman was standing with a group of partiers at 5302 South Justine Street. Shots rang out. The woman fell down. The office reports that the shooting happened between 9:45 and 10:30 this evening. In addition, there are reports of two Chicago police officers shot. Those reports have been confirmed. One of them shot in the arm, the other in the wrist. Channel 5's Art Norman is in the 6th Police District right now with the story of one of those shootings. He's in the Gresham District. Art?
Well, let me tell you what happened, Carol. The police officer was standing at the corner of 79th and Halstead. He, along with two other police officers, and according to the commander here at the 6th District, a car driving by with a group of men inside apparently fired off an automatic weapon. One witness says it sounded like an Uzi, and the police officer was shot in the arm. Two other officers who were standing on that same corner sustained injuries to the head and to the shoulder. Apparently, they were pelted with bricks or bottles. And we're now joined by Lieutenant John Graneri from the 6th District. How is the officer? I understand he's only been on the job a year and a half.
Yes, the officer's in good conditions at the present time. He's being treated at Christ Hospital.
And what about the other two officers?
The other two officers have been treated, and they'll be returning back out to the district.
You have a word of calm in your warning tonight.
Yes, please. We ask people to go back home, celebrate in their own homes so that they don't get hurt, the damage is kept to a minimal, and that the city calms down. Let's celebrate well. Let's not celebrate ugly.
Okay, and the lieutenant has at least 100 people here in the police station who have been picked up for various incidents.
Yeah, we're getting full. We don't want any more arrests. We don't want to make these arrests, but if you cause us to, then we're going to have to.
And Lieutenant, I'm going to share with our audience, there was an arrest of about 8 to 9 young people tonight who were near the corner of 81st and Halstead, and I'll show you this videotape. This group apparently was throwing at cars passing by. They also hit the Channel 5 News minicam car, and I was driving the vehicle, and our cameraman Bill Jennings was inside. We immediately pulled over, and within a matter of minutes, police grabbed the group, and I don't know where they came from, and they put them all on the ground and arrested them, and they have been since transported here to the 6th District Police Station, and several charges are pending. But right now, the word of calm is being issued by the commander here in the 6th District, Gresham Police District, and that's the incident. That's the latest on the situation here on the south side. Back to you, Carol.
All right, Art, thanks very much. We might note, however, that on any night in the city of Chicago, there are reports, there is some violence, there are some robberies. Not all of these are necessarily related to the Bulls celebration, though certainly many of them are. Again, there have been 2 deaths this evening, at least one of them believed to be related to the celebrations. There have been a number of people with minor injuries as a result of scuffles and some excessive partying. Some hospital emergency rooms are seeing any number of those people. Police formally have said out of 11th and State that there have been about 100 arrests, but as you can tell just from the Gresham District alone, Lieutenant Garneri reporting approximately 100 in his district by itself. Calm is being urged, caution, stay off the street, party quietly, but by and large, the city appears to have done just that. We thank you very much for following our Bulls coverage tonight. It doesn't end here. First thing in the morning begins at 6 a.m. Our coverage will continue all through the day. And on Tuesday, the Bulls will celebrate officially at a welcome home parade and big celebration in Grant Park at 10 in the morning. Have a good evening and a quiet, calm one, what's left of it. We thank you for joining us. Good night.
much. At my job, they call me Mrs. Bull. And I'm coming forth to tell you, celebrate safe.
I love the Bulls. Let's celebrate safe.
We're proud of the Bulls, so party safe. We'll be proud of you. Go Bulls! Celebrate safe. Please, everybody. Repeat. Celebrate safe. Go Bulls!
For children's sake, let's celebrate safe. Go Bulls!
It's America's best-selling truck, and for a limited time, you can drive it for $199 a month. Just $199, and that's for only 24 months on Ford F-150. You also get Preferred Care, the most comprehensive ownership program in the business. Want more? Right now, you'll get a complimentary portable cellular phone direct from Ford. All this for just $199 a month for 24 short months. But you've got to hurry. These special offers on a best-selling Ford F-150 can't last. See your local Ford dealer today.
All right, Chief, open wide. Come on. Look, Daddy loves corn pops, see? And here it comes. Good boy.
The problem with a cereal that tastes like popcorn, only sweeter, is that it disappears like popcorn, only faster.
Y'all finished? Good boy.
He may want seconds.
Kellogg's Corn Pops. It's hard to stop when it's Pops.
Congratulations, Chicago Bulls, world champions for the 3rd year in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the game you've been waiting for. Channel 5 is proud to present a special repeat broadcast of the Bulls-Suns championship game played earlier tonight.
It was supposed to be a coronation, another banner hung, another celebration, a three-peat, a dynasty. Instead, the only thing hung after Game 5 of these NBA Finals were the heads of the Chicago Bulls.
It is our destiny to win the World Championship. God wants us to win the World Championship.
Whether divine inspiration plays a part in this may be questioned, but there's no questioning the fervor with which Barkley is spreading the word. Sometimes he does it with a smile, but it's more than just talk. The Phoenix Suns have become much more combative, more sure of themselves, and now they're playing championship ball. Even if the Bulls come out of Phoenix with the title, they will have sweated for it. In the last few games in Chicago, this series has been redefined. The Suns simply will not back down from the Bulls. The Bulls are still flirting with history, but they could be flirting with disaster as well. 5 times in these playoffs, the Phoenix Suns have faced elimination. 5 times they've won. After what happened this improbable past week in Chicago, who's to say they can't do it again?
I just believe in my heart that it's just our destiny.
This is the NBA on NBC. The 1993 NBA Finals. Tonight, Game 6 between the Chicago Bulls and the Phoenix Suns.
Less than 48 hours ago, we were in Chicago, where the consensus was the Bulls were about to make history, the Suns were about to be history. Instead, the Suns canceled the celebration in Chicago and ignited one of their own here in the desert. Look at this. 12,000 of the faithful greeting them upon their arrival in the wee hours Saturday morning. Welcome to Game 6, everybody. I'm Bob Costas, and so here we are at the America West Arena. Many of us are surprised to be spending Father's Day here. I mean, let's face it, the whole ebb and flow of this series has confounded even the deepest thinkers in sports. To put it bluntly, if Chicago wins tonight, it's very hard to conceive of Phoenix winning 2 of 3 in Chicago to bring the series back here. All right, go figure. And in fact, when we checked out of Phoenix after Game 2, the Chicago Bulls, the overwhelming majority of the press corps, and almost everyone else except the Suns themselves thought we wouldn't be seeing Phoenix anytime soon. So what are we to make now of where things stand? True, the Suns have renewed confidence, home floor, and they appear fresher late in these hard-fought games. And this, Game 6, is a quick turnaround, factors which appear to favor Phoenix. On the other hand, the road team has won 4 of the 5 games in this series, and Chicago has won all 3 games they've played in this building. 2 in this series, 1 in the regular season. So, what are we to make of these conflicting trends? Do the Bulls come in here dragging while the Suns are exhilarated? Or are the Bulls, as they have so often been in the past, energized by a challenge, fueled by anger at the impudence of the underdogs and the inconvenience of a return trip to the 112-degree heat of the desert? But of course, it is a dry heat. One prominent Chicagoan